Hi guys, Ashley here, and today I would like to talk to you about Alibaba, Double 11, new retail, and my participation in the Alibaba Global Influencer Entourage 2 weeks ago in Shanghai. Every year, Alibaba chooses around a dozen people from around the world that are working with China, writing about China, publishing books about China, working for research institutions, consulting companies, are Taobao partners, and are generally having influence on international opinion about the China market. And they invite those people to participate in the 11/11 Global Shopping Festival. Apart from just participating in the gala, they also organize those intimate briefings and meetings with Alibaba's top executives. They organize the experiences, so we go to the shops and check out the new pop-up stores and understand all of those concepts. And the goal is for us as global influencers to understand where Alibaba is going as a company, how is it reshaping China and the global e-commerce landscape. This year, for the first time, I was invited to join the Global Influencer Entourage by Alibaba, and it was a fantastic weekend, fantastic 3 days spent in Shanghai in mid-November. So today I would like to tell you about this experience and talk about some of the things that I learned. And so, my long weekend with Alibaba started on Friday, November 10th. I flew into Shanghai, checked in the hotel, changed, and at 5 p.m. we were already meeting Alibaba internal team together with the rest of Global Influencer Group. We had a quick briefing from the internal team talking to us about what to expect in the coming 3 days, and then we had opportunity to introduce ourselves to the rest of the influencers, talk about what we do, how we do it, and why we are here. As I mentioned, the group was absolutely spectacular. Many of the people in the Global Influencer Group wrote books about China. Some of them are working for universities. Some of them are working for research companies, and they track data and do digital analysis. Some of them are Taobao partners, which is basically their job is to help international brands to get started on Taobao, Tmall, and other China digital platforms. And some of them, like myself, were focused more on the Chinese consumers and Chinese social media side of things. After this quick introduction, we were invited to the welcome dinner, and Joseph Tsai, who is the co-founder of Alibaba, joined us. So it was an intimate dinner where we as influencers could ask questions, could communicate and actually, get the feel of where Alibaba is coming from, where is it going, and what does it mean for our work and, for the future of any China-related commerce, retail, digital, marketing, etc. I really enjoyed this meeting with Joe. He is a very smart, kind, to-the-point person. We had an extremely interesting conversation. One thing I didn't know about Alibaba before talking to Joe is how social the company really is. So the whole goal of Alibaba Group is actually to support small businesses and to get them opportunities to sell to more consumers and to more markets. It sounds like another cheesy thing that people say, but Alibaba actually lives by their, let's say, mission. So on platforms like Taobao, we have a lot of small retailers, resellers, manufacturers that are actually selling their products directly to consumers through those channels. At the same time, Alibaba is supporting a lot of local villagers that have some unique craft. So as we know, China is a big country, and of course right now more and more people are relocating to big cities to live and basically get a job and have better opportunities long term. Therefore, a lot of small villages are dying out. With a couple of thousands of inhabitants, they just cannot participate in the modern economy that much. Many of those villages have traditional craft. For example, they create silver jewelry, or they do pottery, or they grow tea. So Alibaba is going into those villages and provides them infrastructure, marketing opportunities, and basically sets up stores for them to enable them to revive the economy and bring those products to China and the world. Many of the people in such small communities and villages are actually either elderly or really small children, leftover children, whose parents left the countryside, left the village to go to work in a big city. And right now, Alibaba is supporting more than 2,000 of those small villages, and many of those people who left to big cities are now coming back, and the communities are starting to thrive. So I really connect with it. It's such a meaningful purpose, and I totally understand where it's coming from and how exciting it must be for a big giant like Alibaba to support all those people with much fewer opportunities. At the same time, in line with their mission, they are also encouraging more and more international small businesses, retailers, brands, manufacturers to sell to Chinese consumers directly through cross-border e-commerce on one of Alibaba's platforms. In fact, in the past 2 years, they've been working so hard into introducing these opportunities to more smaller brands, so that not only big companies, big brands, big players are participating in the China market and getting their piece of the pie, but also smaller players do that. There are a couple of extremely interesting cases from all over the world, from Europe to US to Africa to across Asia, where moms and pop stores and, you know, 1 or 2 or 3 man enterprises were able to succeed in China through participation in 11/11 or just by being present on one of the China e-commerce platforms. So it's extremely, extremely social. The mission is there, and I totally understand where they're going with this. So that was an incredible meeting with Joe Tsai, fantastic person, great vision, great execution, and it's great to see that the top of such a big company is actually honestly and genuinely concerned with how they are impacting not only the business world, but the life of general public and people in their home country, China, and outside of it.